Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving in the world of black sitcoms of the 90s and the 2000s. I've compiled a list of my top 10 favorite black sitcoms from that era, and we're going to explore each show, discussing what made them unique and why they left such a lasting impact on the culture. Let's go. Before we get started, just let me go over a few rules. Firstly, I will only cover shows that aired throughout the 90s all the way up to 2010. Secondly, this list won't cover anything that ended before 1993 because I was a baby then. Thirdly, this list is composed of shows I actually watched growing up. So you may not see one of your favorite sitcoms on this list because for whatever reason I didn't watch it growing up. Finally, there are a few shows that fell into that dramedy category. Basically, it's not really a sitcom, so I didn't include those shows either. So with that being said, let's discuss the shows that didn't make the list because of these rules. Right off the bat, we got The Cosby Show. It aired from 1984 to 1992. Okay, so The Cosby Show is a great sitcom. However, I was a baby when it aired. And I'm sure I watched a few reruns here and there, but I didn't watch the entire series until I was an adult. So it can't make the list. Next, we have A Different World, a Cosby Show spinoff. Same with The Cosbys. I was too young to watch it growing up. I caught some reruns in my late teenage years. Then I spent the block a few years later to watch the show and I really liked it. I'm mad I missed out on this gem. Next we have Girlfriends. My girlfriends. It aired from 2000 to 2008. Girlfriends was a good show. However, it fell into that era where most sitcoms were shifting into the dramedy. So, gotta go. And then just like that, we have the spinoff of Girlfriends, The Game. The Game aired from 2006 to 2009 on UPN/CW. Then later it'll air on BET from 2011 to 2015. The Game also flirts that line between sitcom and dramedy. Now we have The Bernie Mac Show, which aired from 2001 to 2006. I don't know what I had going on from 2001 to 2004, but for some reason I slept on The Bernie Mac Show. I didn't seem to watch it when it was on TV. Now in 2005 and 2006, I know I didn't watch a lot of TV because I was outside. Everybody Hates Chris. Everybody hates Chris. It aired from 2005 to 2009. As for Everybody Hates Chris, I was never really a big fan of Chris Rock's comedy back in the day. I always thought he was mid. A lot of things happened to me between 2005 and 2009, but I mostly was outside. And that's why I didn't really watch this show. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, before we get into the top 10, I have to mention a few shows that just missed the mark. Like if I was doing a top 20, these shows definitely would have been included. First up, we have One on One, which aired from 2001 to 2006. This was one of my favorite shows back in the day. We watched Kyla Pratt play Brianna as her mother takes a job in Nebraska. Her father, Flex Washington, steps in to take care of her full time and allows her to move in with him so she can stay in Baltimore. It was a good show and I kind of had a crush on Kyla Pratt. But that wasn't good enough for it to make the top 10. Next, we have The Parenthood, which aired from 1995 to 1999. The Parenthood was a good family-oriented show. You know those cutaways that Family Guy is known for? Well, The Parenthood was doing that years earlier. Robert Townsend, his wife, and 4 kids cope with upper middle class life living in Manhattan. Then we have Kenan and Kel. Kenan and Kel aired from 1996 to 2000. This hilarious Nickelodeon sitcom followed the misadventures of 2 best friends, Kenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell. Their chemistry and comedic timing was unmatched. Smart Guy.
He's a smart guy.
Smart Guy aired from 1997 to 1999. Smart Guy was about TJ Henderson, a 10-year-old boy genius who skipped to high school where he attended 10th grade alongside his teenage older brother and his older sister. Smart Guy was low-key a spin-off of Sister Sister. Or maybe they took place in the same universe, I guess. I don't really know. The Steve Harvey Show. It aired in 1996 to 2002. The Steve Harvey Show was a fun show with a good, diverse cast that really made it entertaining to watch. Quick question though. Why was the main character named Steve Hightower when the show was called The Steve Harvey Show? Now that that's out of the way, let me get into my top 10. Number 10 on the list is Moesha. It aired in 1996 to 2001. The series follows Moesha, a teenage girl growing up in 90s LA along with her dad, stepmom, little brother, and cousin, who was later revealed to be her brother in the later seasons. Moesha is that typical teenager who always got her nose in other people's business. Moesha was different from a lot of other sitcoms of that time because it depicted middle-class black life through the eyes of a teenage girl. I had an older sister who used to hog the one TV we had at the time, and she would watch Moesha all the time. I remember Moesha being hot in the ass. During the 6-season run, she had about 20 boyfriends. The show also brings out the stars. The guest appearance on Moesha was top-notch. I think the most iconic feeling about Moesha was the diary interlude. Hearing that tune, I'm sure you get the same feeling of reminiscing about your day as you write into your journal. Oh, and the Moesha braids. Can't forget about the Moesha braids. At number 9, we have Sister Sister. Tia and Tamara Mowry played twin sisters who were separated at birth and reunited in their teenage years. Tia and Tamara may have shared the same face, but the two girls couldn't be any more opposite. Tia, the studious and responsible sister, and Tamara, the free spirit, outgoing one.
So anyways,
they brought a dynamic energy to the show. Throughout Sister Sister, we witnessed their journey of navigating school, friendships, and family life while dealing with the challenges of being a teenager. The show brilliantly portrayed the unique personalities of Tia and Tamara, allowing viewers to connect with both characters and their individual experiences. Alongside Tia and Tamara, we got their parents, Ray, Tamara's dad, and Lisa, Tia's mom. Like their daughters, Ray and Lisa played the odd couples trope with each other as well. Ray was more of a white-collar worker, whereas Lisa was more of an entrepreneur. Ray has a more civil, upscale lifestyle, whereas Lisa was more outgoing and wilder. So naturally, the two of them often bump heads.
Good evening, Lisa.
Good evening, Raymond.
So that made their co-parenting situation a little difficult. And we can't forget about my man,
go home, Roger.
the neighbor boy that was in love with not only Tia and Tamara, but basically nearly every woman that was on the show. This was Johnny Bravo in human form. Tia and Tamara's sibling bond became the heart of the show, displaying the ups and downs of sisterhood in a relatable and authentic way. If you followed them throughout the 6-season run, you watched them grow, literally, because the twins' ages in the show closely mirrored their real life ages. So we got to see them live out their lives as young teenagers and mature into young adults as they embarked on their journeys. We even see them get boyfriends and go to college in later seasons. The chemistry between Tia and Tamara was undeniable, and their on-screen presence made me watch them week after week. Sister Sister left a lasting impact, not only for its entertaining and heartwarming storytelling, but also for its positive reputation of black girls and the strong bonds of sisterhood. I wouldn't be mad if we got a spinoff of Tia and Tamara as adults raising children in the same neighborhood or even the same household. Coming in at number 8 is Family Matters. This iconic sitcom introduced us to the lovable Winslow family and their unforgettable neighbor, Steve Urkel. Now, if you actually watch the entire series, you can break the show up into 3 eras. First, there's Family Matters, a show about a middle-class black family living in Chicago. Then, by season 2, we have Family Matters featuring Steve Urkel, their annoying next-door neighbor. Lastly, sometime around the 5th season, the show became The Steve Urkel Show. The show starts off delivering everyday problems of a black family living in the city. But once Steve Urkel becomes the show's main staple, the main focus shifts and it becomes a show more about Steve and his love for Laura. Family Matters still tackles serious issues such as racism, gang violence, police brutality, underage drinking, and gun violence. In later seasons, Urkel developed a special transformation chamber to allow himself to change into the suave Stefan Urkel. This allowed him to clean up his nerdy image, turn his swag on, and finally get play from Laura. With his blend of family dynamics, heartfelt moments, and Urkel's comedic antics, Family Matters brought laughter and heartwarming moments into our living rooms. Jaleel White definitely went to the Martin Lawrence School of Acting. Come to think about it, Jaleel White definitely played multiple roles on Family Matters. I wonder who did it first. Number 7 on the list, The Parkers. The show focused on this hilarious mother-daughter duo. Monique and Countess brought the laughs in this spinoff of Moesha as they navigate through college life, relationships, and following their own dreams. The Parkers brought a fresh perspective and showcased the importance of family and pursuing one's goal. The Parkers was different because we saw a single mother raising her daughter, putting her through college, and herself going to college as well. This was a more modern story being told relevant to the time of its airing. The comedic timing of Monique and Countess is amazing. The supporting characters like Professor Ogilvy, Stevie, T, and Andell made the show well-rounded. Nikki Parker was a no-nonsense, outspoken auntie we all loved. Kim was the underachiever. We all either knew someone like her or we were just like her. Watching the Parkers, naturally, I wanted to see Nikki and Kim win. And at the end of the series, she even got the man that she stalked for the whole damn show. Love to see it, huh? Landing at number 6, we have My Wife and Kids. Damon Wayans starred as a loving, hilarious father, navigating the ups and downs of family life. The sitcom was known for its relatability, addressing parenting challenges, and delivering a mix of heartfelt moments and comedic situations. If you think Martin and Gina have chemistry, you really should check out this show. Michael and Jay playing off each other will give Martin and Gina a run for their money. When you add the kids, Junior, Claire, and Katie, you have what feels like an authentic family. The relationship between Junior, Claire, and Katie feels like they're actually siblings. No, like when you watch it, they really do things that me and my sisters did growing up. The show was family oriented with some PG-13 related content.
He put those mirrors on his shoes so that he could look up your dress and see your panties.
Ha, well, joke's on him because I'm not wearing any.
My Wife and Kids ran for 5 seasons and the guest appearances are worth mentioning. For starters, we have several of Damon Wayans' in living color co-stars. His brother Keenen Ivory Wayans make an appearance on screen in one of the episodes. Several of his other siblings and family members are credited as writers and producers on the show. And his son Damon Wayans Jr. also makes an appearance in the show as well. I only wish that we got the chance to see Marlon or Sean make an appearance in the show. I think that would have been good. Speaking of, taking the number 5 spot is the Wayans brothers.
We're brothers, we're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five.
All right, cut and print. Beautiful, guys. Dynamite. That is.
With Marlon and Shaw at the helm, this sitcom was a laughter-filled journey through the lives of two brothers trying to make it in the big city. Their tag team comedy was added with John Witherspoon, aka Pop's unique style of comedy. Sprinkle in a few supporting characters such as D, TC, and you have the recipe for something hilarious. The first thing that comes to mind about this show is the opening intro. I know y'all remember those classic intros. Sean would usually come up with some kind of idea to get rich, break into a corporate world, or scheme to impress whatever girl he was pursuing at the time. Marlon spent the early seasons trying to find his way through life, consistently relying on his brother to get him out of a jam. In later seasons, Marlon would pursue a career in acting, where he would also struggle to break into Hollywood.
Things the way they supposed to be.
Their witty banter, memorable characters, and hilarious scenarios made it an instant classic. The show went on for 5 seasons before they were canceled, without even receiving a proper ending.
The Wayans Brothers was a good show, man. It was a good ass show, and we didn't even get a final episode. Diggity, I'm feeling woozy here.
After the cancellation, Marlon and Sean would go on to further showcase their talent in multiple movies. With that being said, who do you think was the funniest Wayans brother? At number 4, we have another In Living Color alum, The Jamie Foxx Show. Jamie Foxx's talent shined brightly in this sitcom, where he portrayed a struggling musician working at his aunt and uncle's hotel.
Yeah, come on. I can't believe when I was walking, I didn't see the coffee table in the middle of the floor. What in the world?
The show featured Jamie's comedic skills, musical performances, and a vibrant ensemble cast that added depth and charm. There was Fancy, Jamie's love interest, Braxton, Aunt Helen, and Uncle Junior, as well as many guest stars.
And besides, he's Ice Cube.
So he says.
Jamie single-handedly delivered 90% of the jokes on the show, and rightfully so. Jamie was a narcissist who looks to get over on anyone at any given opportunity. Jamie would often get himself into tight situations that he would later have to scheme to get out of. Throughout the early seasons, Jamie was pursuing a career in entertainment. Long before Jamie Foxx would break into Hollywood and the music business, he was on the Jamie Foxx Show showing us he's talented. There are tons of moments of Jamie showing us his musical talents on the show.
So dearly be loved with extreme sincerity. Don't forget about your family, and most of all, don't forget about me.
Jamie also spent most of the show trying to win over Fancy, eventually not only winning her over, but the two would end up getting married in the final season. The show came to an end in its 5th season, mostly due to other acting opportunities calling, making for a good time for the cast to move on to other projects. I feel like the Jamie Foxx show rarely gets mentioned when we talk about 90s television shows. It's a shame because Jamie Foxx might be the most versatile entertainer of our time. If you haven't watched this show in a while, go check it out. It'll still have you laughing. And at number 3, we are living single. Living Single is a groundbreaking series that gave us a glimpse into the lives of a group of friends living in Brooklyn. It celebrated the beauty of Black friendship, independence, and career success, all while tackling important social issues. Out of all the shows on this list, Living Single might be the most realistic. You have 6 20-somethings living and learning life in New York City. There's Khadijah James, a Howard graduate and owner of her own magazine company, Regine, Khadijah's bougie roommate and childhood friend, Sinclair, Khadijah's ditzy cousin and roommate, Maxine, another Howard graduate, is an attorney and Khadijah's friend from college. Then you have Kyle and Overton, who lives in the same building. Watching Living Single growing up as a youngin', I didn't really understand it. I guess because I couldn't relate to it, I was too young. But rewatching it as an adult is where it really resonates. Unlike most of the shows on this list, Living Single doesn't feel like it has an overall theme. It often just feels like you're watching a group of friends hanging out and catching the vibes. That's it. This is really how I spent most of my early 20s. Just going to work, then getting off work to hang out with friends as we all contemplate life while it passes us by. It's no secret Living Single was a big influence for another 90s sitcom. If you haven't watched Living Single in a while, trust me, it's definitely worth spending the block for. Living Single set the stage for future sitcoms centered around Black excellence. Now that there's just 2 shows left, I'm pretty sure you can guess what 2 shows come in at the top. Now the question is, where do I place these 2 shows? Now I watched both of these shows growing up, and still often catch reruns of both of these shows often. I gotta put one of these shows at number 1. And it's a hard decision to make, but without further ado, coming in at number 2 is the beloved Martin. Martin Lawrence brought his larger-than-life personality to this sitcom, playing multiple characters and delivering unforgettable catchphrases.
Here, step! Step! What's up? What's up? What's up?
Martin was almost like a sketch comedy or an improv show. At least that's what it felt like watching Martin at times. Martin's antics was so random, you could never guess where he was going next. The most memorable parts of Martin is the unforgettable characters. There's Martin Payne, the show's main protagonist, Gina, his caring, loving girlfriend turned wife, Pam, Gina's best friend, and Martin's main target for roasting.
You got a wedding to perform this evening? Yeah. Take your best man with you.
Then there's Tommy and Cole, 2 of Martin's best friends. They all make up the core of the main cast for the show.
Sit down. how far I may change.
Their on-screen chemistry is unmatched. There are many scenes where you could tell they're just pretty much having fun.
I know what I'm talking about. Rhythm spoon, okay?
Watching Martin feels like you're watching a group of friends just hanging out. Outside of the main cast, though, you have a few characters also portrayed by Martin. There's Mama Payne, Martin's loving, outspoken mother.
Breathing all down my back, all up my neck. Make mama think you want some of me. Well, I don't swing that way. All right.
There's Shanae, Martin's neighbor and Gina and Pam's worst enemy.
Ever occurred to you to, mind your business?
It hasn't ever occurred to you that I would scatter your crooked teeth all up and down this hallway? Has it ever occurred? Why do you have to get out?
There's Otis, the security guard, Dragonfly Jones, the martial artist, Bob from marketing, Roscoe, the young kid who antagonizes Gina, and who could forget about the iconic Jerome?
I say Jerome to the house. I say Jerome to the house. In your mouth.
Even outside of those characters, the show had several other unforgettable reoccurring characters as well, such as Stan, Little Dog, Miss Jerry, Bruh Man, Hustle Man, and Big Shirley.
Excuse me. That's my baby.
The show practically owned roasting in the 90s. When it came to the jokes, no other sitcom even comes close. Every character could hold their own, but there was nothing like the battles between Martin and Pam.
What I think you should do is go.
What I think you should do is have somebody braid the rest of your nappy hair.
You're probably wondering, if I feel so strongly about Martin, why is it only at number 2? Well, Martin was hilariously funny. However, things began to die out around the 4th season. You know what? I think I'll make a video analyzing how horrible that 5th season of Martin was. Martin helped define 90s television as well as setting the blueprint for a lot of other shows to follow. The show's clever writing, dynamic cast, and Martin's comedic genius made it a fan favorite and a true classic. And finally, my top pick for the best black sitcom of the 90s and 2000s is The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Will Smith's charisma and comedic talent were on full display in this iconic show. We all know the story about a West Philadelphia kid that moves to Bel-Air to live with their Aunt Vivian and Uncle Phil. Rest in peace, James Avery. There, he gets into shenanigans with his 3 unforgettable cousins, Carlton, Hillary, and young Ashley Banks. Will Smith portrays a fictionalized version of himself who lives out this somewhat of a rags to riches story. The Fresh Prince was a major influence in culture and television alike. Tell me any other 90s TV character that has their own Jordan. The Fresh Prince was such a classic, it was rebooted in 2022. The show even spawned a famous dance. Don't lie, you know we've all done the Carlton before. The Fresh Prince also started the trend of hip-hop artists getting their own shows. A show that touched on so many relevant issues and experiences alongside showing multiple facets of Black American life and the culture in a comedic light. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is one of the most universally beloved sitcoms of all time. Will Smith's comedic talent really shined, but he also showed us his Oscar-worthy acting abilities and range. Who could forget about this iconic scene?
right? I learned how to drive, I learned how to shave, I learned how to fight without him. I had 14 great birthdays without him. He never even sent me a damn card. The hell with him!
It skillfully blended humor, heartwarming moments, and tackled serious issues, all while showcasing the importance of family, friendship, and staying true to oneself. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is a monarch among sitcoms. It is truly my favorite sitcom of the 90s, 2000s era. And that concludes my countdown of the top 10 black sitcoms from the 90s and 2000s. Each of these shows brought something special to the table, whether it was groundbreaking representation, relatable storytelling, or unforgettable characters. Each of these shows left a lasting impression on my life and the culture. Let me know in the comments below which black sitcoms are your favorite, and if there are any shows you would like to add to this list. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Until next time, we out.